Ah, I turned on the wrong audio. At least I didn't not turn on any audio. Hang on. Now my camera's frozen. What is going on here? I'm on you. What is this? Go away. This one? This one? This one. How about now? What is going on here? Not the iPad. I want this one. Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness gracious. I did unmute myself. I just unmuted the wrong thing. Lasai. Okay. How's everybody doing? Antoine, welcome to the stream. RB, welcome to the stream. Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. Just turn this off. What is everybody up to tonight? Gotta turn, where's my Twitch window? There she is. I'm so glad that you're all here. I hope you are having a lovely day and that you have had an excellent weekend so far. I'm playing Wukong. Oh my goodness. I love a good game. I'm really glad you haven't used, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know what you mean. That phrase. Okay, I'll try not to use it. Much better than the last week. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Because we don't want people to be feeling unwell. We don't like it. We want everybody feeling nice and good. Okay. So what we're here for here now. We're here for some fabulous art. Okay, so those of you who were able to be here last week, we worked on this card. I haven't touched it since because the feedback was like a pretty good solid set of responses. So I was like, you know what? Let's just keep working on this one together this week. Sorry, I'm trying to get it so I can see all my comments. Oh, that's just worse, OBS. Don't do that thing. Okay. Do you want down, monsieur? Do you want down? Okay. You go play with your guys. Oh, Jesus. Off balance. Goodness me. Good boy. Okay. So we are going to add color today. So, oh, now my iPad's not working. What is happening? Good Lord, technology. What, like, seriously, why is my Apple Pencil not working? What is going on here? No, for serious, bro. Come on, you. Are we not connected? Sorry, guys. We're having a technical difficulty. My pencil's not working. Hey, look, an Apple Pencil. Go figure. Just disconnected ourselves? Good Lord. That was so many things that didn't work at one time. Okay, what is this? What is this? That's a light that we are going to use later. Okay. Let's add some color, shall we? Holy cow. One day, one of these streams is going to kick off smooth and I won't have any idea what to do with myself. Alrighty. Create empty mask. Invert mask. Okay, so I talked a little bit last week about the colors and things I want to choose and plans I have for color. So we're going to do a couple semi-unique things that we haven't really done on some other cards. Not in a way that I think will be make it stand out too much as like a very different card. But we're going to see where it takes us. So right now, for anybody lurking in the background that's newer, I'm adding photo layers in Fresco. Excuse me, these photos are like ancient scans I have from paper patterns. And I've been using these throughout the tarot deck and for other projects. And we're placing them on our artboard, and I'm creating an empty layer mask and then inverting it out. So they're just kind of disappearing for right now. I want to get a bunch of my colors in place so that I can get them in place so that we can start coloring this piece. Now, what I am going to do, invert the mask. I'm going to turn off our little gray smudge here. That has a purpose. For those of you who watched the stream last week, that is to ensure that the dancers in the background are kind of pushed even that little bit further back compared to what we're normally used to seeing, just because I want to be sure that these dancers are very, very, very much front and center. The front two. Okay, what else do we need? We need this, and I need a conscious decision because I want the only color to be this couple. Everything else is going to be black and white. Mafu's in the chat. Welcome. Happy birthday. Or if it was yesterday. I'm not good with the time zones. Happy birthday to Mafu. And then we will add, there's a couple more I want on here. Because, yeah, the everything in the background is going to be black and white. I'm going to add a little bit of texture, but not a lot. Because, like I said, these two have to be front, and center. It was yesterday for you. Fair enough. Yes, yes. Now you just get an extended birthday. That's the best part. That was on my birthday a long time ago. Just a few years ago. I was very far away. I was in Vietnam for my birthday. And it was my birthday for like 2 or 3 days. Because of the time zones and where everybody was and where I was. It was amazing. Amazing art. Thank you. I'm very excited for this one. I've been holding back to ensure that we could all do this one together. Now I wonder... oh, yes. Dan's in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Happy Earth Day. Earth Day, Mafu's birthday. Oh, amazing art was Dan. Sorry, everybody had the same color of username there. That's my apologies. Actually having my birthday extended for the 13th or 14th, depending on when Proto decides to hold my birthday lobby. Oh my goodness gracious. What a day. Earth days and birthdays. Outrageous. I love it. Okay, now. Our 2 weeks for Dan. Everybody's having a birthday. I love it. Oh, I know what I want. Because I was thinking the 2 gray colors I didn't think was going to be enough to make our background have a lot of life, but that's what this guy's for. June 21st for Dan. Woohoo! Well, happy early birthday. I'm going to be streaming the day after your birthday, so I'm going to try and remember to wish you an online happy birthday. On a weekend, too. That's right? Weekend birthdays, that rocks. Okay, I don't think I necessarily need it, but I'm still going to take all of our color out of the colors below, just because this one has a little bit of color in it. If I invert the mask and then turn, yeah, okay, that's working. There's just the slightest hint of color in here, so I just wanted to make sure that that was actually working. Invert mask. All right. Okay. So we have this guy. So anybody who wasn't here last week, this is the Lovers card. And this is a couple that we've seen throughout the deck relatively recently. They actually took a surprisingly long time to kind of show up in the deck, considering they're kind of our main characters. But this, I initially had this scene in a different card and set up in a different suit, but it was too appropriate for this for this card that I had to switch it up for sure. All Cancerian in the chat right now. Me, I'm a Pisces. Mine's earlier in the day, but most people in the chat, I guess. Nice. Everybody's sharing these birthdays. I love it. Okay. So we're going to add Gemini. Nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Oh, man. Oh, it might work. Oh, it's her arm. Okay, I thought that his arm was like our gentleman right here with the mustache. I thought his arm was broken because I was like, there's no way his arm's going to work that way around her back. But it's her arm, not his arm. We're good. We're okay. Arby's a Scorpio. Have a good sleep, Mafu. Thank you for staying up late to say hello. Alright, so we're just going to keep this very simple because, again, I want it to be very much in the background. Oh, fine then. Do, do, do. What's up, Alessandra? Welcome to the chat. Saw your stream on the weekend. Looking great. Oh, I see what I'm doing here. We're just adding a little bit of color to this. I want him to have a white suit. Black pants. Okay, and then our curtains can be white, light gray. Boop, 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 boop. Oh dear. Oh dear, what is happening? Oh my goodness. I brought my iPad to work today so that I could draw some sketches on my lunch break. And I got trapped by the undo home cluster in the top left here like 6 times. It's cussing at my desk. Yeah, if you haven't seen Alessandra's streams, go check them out. They're super fun. She's got some super fun drawings. Oops. Happening right now. Whoops. I'm not a super fan of the where they decided to put our undo button. Yes, Alessandra finished an entire sketchbook of just birds, and it looked like not just birds. They're fabulous birds. No, just. They're fabulous. So definitely go check those out if you haven't yet. Okay, and then I'm going to keep... This is the black one. Okay, I'll put his jacket on. Maybe this jacket on. Oh, stop it. No, they're fabulous. A full sketchbook. I do want to do something like that one. Like the tarot, obviously, tarot is my #1 focus at this time. But I would like to do something like that where it's a little more focused and like I have some some accordion sketchbooks. They're not readily available, but they're like they fold out. So I really want to work on those and have like a full scene kind of play out or like a story or something. But that is for future Erin. Right now we're going to work on this, but I'm very excited. Okay. So my initial plan here is trying to think. Because in the book, in the story of this scene, this couple's dancing together, and there's magic obviously involved in the story. And in the story, her dress is green, I believe, but we're not going to do green. But like when they're dancing, his suit starts to turn green. So I want to portray that somehow. So I'm going to start with her dress first. Oh dear, why did that do that? Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Is anybody working on anything tonight? I know Antoine's playing his game. Everybody's just taking a break. I was eager to get to some sketching today. Always a good relaxing time. Again, that's why I really love the live stream. It at least forces me to do a little bit of art at the end of the day. Not that I feel forced to be here with y'all, but it's good to be here and unwind at the end of the day. It's gorgeous outside. We're going to do some balcony chills later before bed. Okay, so her dress is going to be red, and it's going to be fabulous stained glass business because it's so much red. Now I'm trying to think how I want to do this. I think I want her hair to be this thing, this pattern. I'm not used to doing this over the gray. They look really like vibrant over the gray. Oops. No, thank you. No, thank you. I want his suit to oh dear, last week was a little bit tricked because my neurologist disappointed me and was rude, so I'll be back to Paris the next year for my treatment and appointment too. Oh man, a whole year? That's brutal. No. I do not love that for you. How frustrating. Okay, yes, this. And then, because I have a plan. It's going to come together. Oh, you have to wait till the 15th of January? I am outraged on your behalf. That is chaos. I am sorry that that is the case. Yikes. So this one, we're going to do this. And then we're gonna do yeah. Nope. Not that silly. Doop, doop, boop, 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 boop. Boop. Okay, okay. We're gonna give him fancy shoes. We're gonna give her, which red is this? These are her fancy shoes. I like this red just a little bit more. Penny's in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Glass shoes. Put glass shoes on him. Okay, I kind of want... Yeesh. Okay, let's see how this lace look comes together. Which would be this lace. Oh dear. Goodness me. Black maybe? No, thank you. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. So pretty. Thank you. Everybody was pretty stoked about this last week, so I thought, you know what? We're going to work on this again this week. Now, do I want... Probably want their faces to be like this, but we will... This, and then like this. Oh, well, that's not the color of his jacket at all, is it? Is it? Aaron. What's new, Penny? How are things? How's Miss Luna? All good here. Love it. And then and her gloves can be this one. Oh dear. No, thank you. Nope, that's not how hands work. Okay, I made his hand that color, but I think he should have gloves on. So let's do this instead. Then this. Then this. Then this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, safe. Now, for my rough plan, let's see. So this one, okay, so I want to brush. So the concept here, for those who came a little bit later, in the story, her dress is one color, actually green. And then as they're dancing, his suit turns green to match. We're going with red here. So I'm trying to figure out how to show his suit turning red without it looking too chaotic. So what brush do I have here? What do I have? The soft opacity. Okay, that's perfect. So we're going to release. I wish this was the... Okay. What I did there, I just made the other red on top so that when I'm doing this color, I'm not impacting the dress that she already what we've already put on here. Okay, so now hide layer. Can I not paint inside for this? That's unfortunate. Okay. Okay. That's fine. We can make this work. So all I'm doing is showing and hiding the colors, but I'm doing that over top of the color of his suit as well, so that there's not a gap in the informations. And then, now why? Oh, you know what I did? Did the wrong red. Okay, sorry. Let's undo, because when I changed the layer, I unselected it. This is the one I want, right? Yes, okay. Try it again. I just had the wrong red selected, so it wasn't doing what I said it was gonna do. So now all this is under the other red. And you can see that like the text is still kind of like showing through there. That's what I want, so that it looks like it's changing color as opposed to just becoming another color. And we're just hiding and revealing, so I can, because it's all the mask on this pattern. So that means I can play around with this without it, like this is non-destructive. That if I decide I want more red or less red, it's relatively simple for me to turn the layer on and off and do what I'm doing now, painting it to show or hide any elements I'm not really sure about, until we get the effect that we are looking for. Whoops. Oh, best day. Penny's eating a Pop-Tart and Luna's got a bath today. Best day. I know Mojo doesn't love bath day, but he smells really good after. And he's much less itchy, so I think he's fine with it being a bath day. Good old Luna. Now I'm sure that there's a simpler way to do this. This way I can see the effect of what I've put in and what I'm taking out at the same time. Slower pace will help out. Here. Okay, so I think we might need a little more on this side. Oops, wrong brush. Switch my brush a bit. Doesn't have to be a lot. Yeah, okay, perfect. Hide layer. So I finished another card on the weekend, and that leaves me like with this one, and I've got halfway through another one. So after this and that other card, there's like, I think I have 7.5 left. It's crazy. Do we think that that's enough red to make the effect that I'm kind of going for here? Let's save, shall we? So while we ponder that, let's see what we got. I am stoked with this. I actually think like the last two cards that I've been working on are like some of the most like detailed ones. It's crazy. Okay, so while we're pondering this, what is this again? Oh, that's our stripe. Okay, that's perfect. We're going to do our stained glass on her dress because that's happening regardless. So let's do, excuse me. Lasso, please. I was really excited to play with the layering on this and like play with all the different sections of the dress. I wish I could take credit for all of the layers in this dress. My reference really helped me on this one, but I would like to draw more and more and more so that I can learn how to come up with some designs of my own, because these are really fun to draw, these dresses. Can't imagine they were wicked fun to wear all the time. But for a fancy party, I'm sure they were they had a pretty cool effect. But I just like all the layers and stuff that they have here and everything they've got going for them. Because like once we throw the stained glass on this, but then also the like the shadows and stuff, this could really pop. I'm really excited. Okie dokie. The one I'm wearing, what was the color shirt? I've been looking for this shirt. I knew I didn't get rid of it. It got stuck in the back of the closet, so I was happy to find it. So it went on immediately. It's an Atticus sweater, a shirt, and it says, "Chase your stars, fool. Life is short." It's a good thing to read in the mirror now and again. Okay, where's the red I want to use? This red. Okay, now, and then I want this to be a bigger brush. So I have the pressure sensitivity on this brush so that I can play with those kind of that depth a little bit, giving it that darker layer without having to kind of keep putting the strokes on over top. And then this one. Now with the overlay, because like I have a multiply on the brush, it gets weird. Like I see how it's getting orangey when I add those little bits. I have to kind of be careful with the overlay to lay it down once, like start pushing a little bit harder and then slowly release, just because otherwise it gives it that weird orangey color that I'm not really here for. But that's just a conscious decision on my end. I don't have to have that multiply on. I do have it on just because of I like what it does for my shadows. So what it does for the shadows outweighs what it's doing for the overlay. So I just kind of keep in mind how I use my brushes, really. Excuse me. Zoom out, please. And see already just that little bit of like that light and dark on that, making this dress pop. This is gonna be so great. Did you see the new announcement of Apple today? No, I did not. I saw an article about Siri. And I can't imagine that that's what it was. What was it? Fill us in. About iOS 27 and macOS Golden Gate. No, I did not. What? Fill us in. What the heck's going on? Please, nothing silly. I take no more silliness. Same here. I love the color. Thank you. All right. Well, Antoine fills this in. Oh wait, I want paint inside. Sorry. What are we doing? Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. And using my recent palette to ensure that I get I think that's actually a little too much. The recent palette to make sure that I get the right red. I'm not picking a different red each time. Now I think what I did initially was a little too rich because we still have to put the other thing on top of it. The other like dimension on top of it. If you make it too dark, that doesn't come through. So I want to make sure that we are under control. Okay, a lot of stuff more smooth, which people also didn't watch the entire video, just came back from running and didn't know about the keynote. Interesting. Yeah, I guess they would be doing their summer one. I missed a keynote? Holy cow. The world is upside down. I never miss a keynote. It's like Christmas Day. I love Apple Keynote Day, so I'm very disappointed in myself. Yeah, I knew that they were having, like, they had some issues with Siri, so they were going to kind of fix that, so maybe that was kind of part of what I saw. I'll have to go look and see. Thank you for giving me the heads up, Antoine. Like I said, I do love Apple Keynote Day. That's how I got my computer we have on hand right now. Oh, look at this mess we're making. Okay. Add to this. So we'll do this first. Okay, don't want to paint inside. Oh dear, what is happening? You're a silly goose. I think that's okay because it's a smaller space, but I don't want that to be too dark because it won't have that kind of depth when we put the other layers on. So definitely keeping that in mind here. Definitely made a mess of all that. Selection process. I didn't even try with that lasso. Now that I found that this paint inside, kind of like an erase inside, has been working. Why? Come on, you. Ooh. Do you think I need a new tip for my Apple Pencil? It's just making me nuts. Okay. Not this one. Okay. Hide layer. Come on. Just missed a little bit of the red here. Now, the tricky bit is kind of going to be how we handle his jacket. But for a moment, let's just keep sticking with this for now. Holy cow. Oh, we must be joking, Davin. Yeah, I absolutely think I need a new Apple Pencil tip. Not a pencil, just the tip. So we'll see what we can do about that. I'm almost on my project. I don't want to paint inside. There we go. Okay, we'll do this one first. Okay. Come on, you. Yeah, she's starting to... Bro. Thank you. This can be a little bit darker because there's not going to be stained glass over this one. This is just going to stay kind of flatter fabric, like that's the dimension we're going to put on it. what are we on here? I'm just gonna clear out some of this extra here. And same with the rest of the ribbons, so we can get a little bit richer with the colors we're going to use, because they won't have that added dimension that we're going to add on in about 2 seconds. Okay, now we're getting, oh, I missed a little bit. Okay, we'll clear some of that off in a second. Ugh. It's still a little extra. The paint inside worked and I didn't want it to work. Okay, let's try this. Okay, bud. Thank you. Now, what do we got? Oh dear, don't do that. You have to be a little bit more careful about the selection process for these guys now. I don't have as much wiggle room just because the other ones are full of colors. Oh, Erin, do get on with it. No, thank you. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, pickles. Okay, hang on. We're gonna slow down here. Pencil is being a jerk. Okay. I think this the sensor in it is pooched. I've had this pencil since I got it, so the tip's just a little cranky, I think. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Actually, you know what? Let's do 2 sections at a time here. Boop, boop. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, what color do I have? And I'm on the out. And then we'll go to the multiply. And then this one more, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do for his jacket. I don't know that there's gonna be a big problem with like us using the same reds for, oops, like this kind of flowy fabric and then the other stained glass one. I think the effects are gonna help themselves out here. Okay. Whoo hoo hoo. Nice, like velvet. Oh, excellent. I'm glad that effect is coming across. Yeah, look how smooth. Ooh la la. Excellent observation. Thank you. I love it. I'm going to put more. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, and then we're going to erase some of this because I'm going to forget that it's there. May we zoom in? Oh dear. Come on, you. I don't want paint inside. I want to zoom out. Okay, now. How the heck am I gonna do his jacket now? Because once I have like the base colors laid out, we're gonna be fine. It's just figuring out how those are gonna come through. So let's see. Oops, I forgot his thumb on his jacket. Okay, so let's see. Actually, you know what? We have this. Oh dear. No, thank you. Boop. It's a little aggressive, but I think we can make it work. It won't be on her shoulder or her arm there. And then we're going to do I guess well, just like that one. Oof. Hang on. Come on, you. And then we're going to put a little bit of the red in here. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Deselect. We'll clean up some of that mess in a second. I just want to make sure this is actually going to work on this side. We are not going to select any of her dress because that will make a mess. Okay, and then we want to do golds. I love when it comes together the way I was thinking it would. Okay. Let's clean up the mess first. We want to paint inside. So let's clean up some of these guys. We're painting inside. That big brush. There's a few little edges here. I'm not going to get too worked up about them because I think once we start playing with the shadows and things, they're not going to appear. So rather than cleaning up, see like there's like tiny little light pixels there. I think those are going to sort themselves out. So rather than getting all worked up right now about cleaning up those, they're just going to disappear on their own, I think. It's all part of the zoom out part of the process. What time is it? Oh my god. 7:45 already. An outrage. Okay. Okay. I was gonna go and do stuff like I was gonna like. What am I gonna do? First, I'm gonna put this in because I forgot to color his thumb. It's gonna get crazy. We're going to put in the highlights on her glove, and then we're going to stain glass the bottom of the dress. I think we have time for that. It's zoomed in. I forget like what time it is. This is how I finish cards on the weekend. I'll just be like, oh, I guess I will have cereal for dinner because I don't have time to cook anything. It's not actually that bad. Not paint inside. Like this maybe? No, not multiples, just one is good. And then one of these. Whoops. Actually maybe. Maybe a little less. A little less. Can you imagine having that hair, high of hair stacked up? My hair would be so heavy. Same. Like even just I find right now when it's like you're driving with your windows open, if I have my hair in a ponytail, like in a bun, it like pulls my hair. I can't imagine all the time. Just for a party maybe. That would be it. more try at this. There we go. And we'll get a little bit of the light into her hand. There we go. Okay, now we're missing. We have a little bit of something that needs to clear up here. Oh gosh, who made this mess? Who made this mess? I did. Okay, so we're gonna save. I used to have that material, that's why I got it. Yeah, it would be a lot, and I imagine there's like a bajillion million pins in there too, digging right into her brain. But she's dancing, so she's not thinking about it. Okay, okay. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna duplicate the multiply layer. Oh, look how rich that is. That's nice. We're not actually gonna keep it though. We can come back and put it back in if we want to, but I think the stained glass is gonna do what we want here instead. So red. And as I've said in the past, the only thing that duplicating that layer and clearing it does is saving me from creating a new one and making it a multiply. There's no extra chaotic reason why it had to be that way. It's just kind of, I knew that that layer behaved the way I wanted it to, so I just duplicated it. It doesn't really save much. It just does what? Let's come here. Woof. And I'll save again. And the paint inside is using, that's that little blue icon in the bottom left there. That's using my reference layer up at the top hidden there to ensure that this stays within the lines. If you don't set up a reference layer, the paint inside won't work. So you wanna, if you wanna use it, I've discovered it far too late in the tarot deck process. But it's a really cool tool to work with if you have established lines. Now you can see that one didn't quite work. The line's a little bit broken. It's not going to do what you want it to do. So you'll have to do your lasso, but that's okay. Just something to watch out for. Just saves me having to do each section one at a time. Lassoing it and doing it, which a lot of you very patient people watched me do very early on in the tarot deck process. Oh, see, like that one doesn't have a... Oh, no, I turned my paint side off. That's why. I was like, that's an aggressive line to not be working, but I just turned the tool off. And now, advantage or disadvantage, I see it as a small disadvantage just because of how I'm laying my colors down. Your eraser is going to maintain that paint inside when you flip over to it. I can see that being an advantage for some people. For me, I like my eraser on these tools isn't going to be something that needs to stay in the lines per se, because I'm actually going to be erasing over the lines. So I find it to be a hindrance, but that's just for my style. I think it's there are advantages to it for sure, but just keep that in mind if you're going back and forth for your styling. It'll keep that if you're between your brush and your eraser. Now we're going to do the light overlays. Now, for those who watched like my live streams with the dragon and the kraken, you might remember that each one has, like each section of a stained glass has light and dark elements to it. That's a little bit of me using this, like learning the style that I wanted to put out there, but also a little bit of me having a bigger surface to work with. Like with the dragon and the kraken, I was there 18 by 24. Like there was a very large surface to work with. So I think they could handle that level of detail. Whereas these guys coming down to a very small size, they, I decided since the first card that this would be, there'd be like a light section and a dark section, and only the dark highlight, the dark low lights, I guess, would go on sections that were in the darker area, and then light would go in the lighter area, and then in the middle there'd be a couple that would have a bit of both, like the one I'm working on right now, just to kind of get that overlap. I think that was just to keep things really simple and clean on the, oops, on the small surface. And I think it's working out really well. So I think it's teaching me a lot about how this is coming together, how this style is coming together, that maybe that's how to handle it a little bit better moving forward. We'll see. Yeah, we might as well. We're going in. Okay, highlights. Oops, that's a bit messy. Let's try. I love how that, like, that little glow, that little bit of the red, like, just, oh, I love it. It just looks like it's glowing. I love it. Okay, let's do a little bit here, a little bit here. So we might lose some of this because this, like, that part of his jacket's going to be in a shadow at some point. We might lose some of that. Okay, so let's save this one. And then, okay, we got a couple minutes. So I'm going to turn off the paint inside because this is where I want the eraser to not play that game. Because we're going to erase. This is why we have this on a different layer as well. First of all, we want the eraser, not the brush. So that when I erase some of the shadow, I'm only erasing the stained glass bits, not all of the big shadow. So we can stay there helping to shape what we're looking at. Penny says, Alessandra has nice hair. I barely have any hair but my, more hair than my boss Todd. He's bald. That's funny. Yeah, I have a lot. My hair's very thick. So every time I go to my hairdresser, she's like, excellent, I don't have to do arm day today. My hair's so heavy. It's really long right now. Hopefully your boss isn't watching. I would like to think that he knows he's bald. I would hope so. Penny's just stating a fact. Oops. Oh, there's still red over this the gray area. I'll have to take that out because I don't want that in there like that. Penny says, sometimes I complain about how little hair I have at work, and my poor boss, I forget he's bald. Also bald in the conversation. Oh, I find Penny delightful. Alessandra says, Penny is more funny in real life. I was cracking up with a visitor. I have no doubt Penny's delightful. Everyone here is delightful. Lots of fun. Having lots of fun all the time. Laughing is key. I'm glad you guys had lots of fun on your visit. That is excellent. Oh, visiting snacks. My favorite. Okay, I just want to get some of these lines here, see what kind of effect we have so everybody can take a boo and see how she's coming along. And then I will let you have your evening back. Oh dear. Oh dear. Nope. Do not like it. Let's try again. Nope. I'm going to try those again too. Oops. Oh my goodness, Erin. Get it together. There we go. Oop. Oh, we have a llama stuffy that needs a name. All right, chat, go. I had a friend, I don't think they still have them. Her family had alpacas at their house, and they had a guard llama. I think they had actually 2 guard llamas. I thought they were joking, and I laughed out loud when they told me it's a real thing. Guard llamas do not mess around. And then when my sister and I hiked the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu, we almost got pushed off a cliff by a group of llamas. They have an attitude, but are adorable. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am obsessed with this. And no one's more thrilled than me that I am this obsessed with this deck this late in the game. I worried solidly that I was going to lose steam, interest, and momentum, and that did not happen. I did see the pictures. I saw like you posted them on your stories, I think. Looks like you guys had a blast. I love a good friendly visit. Okay, we're just gonna fix these highlights here. Out of cookies? Quick, get Alessandra some cookies. You cannot have a cookie-free home. It's not allowed. Is a cupboard really a cupboard if it's not holding cookies or mystery snacks? I hate when the good snacks run out. Brutal. Did I not do any of this side? Did I just completely skip this? Good lord. Yeah, it looks like I just did underneath the black strip. Sheesh. Well, you guys are stuck here until I sort myself out here. And the nice kind of thing about the hello about the something's happening. How come that's I didn't highlight that one either. Holy cow, Erin. Sheesh. Okay, give me 3 seconds because I'm going to forget that this is the state of this right now. But the advantage to having just the one color on this I was doing a small walk while listening, so it's so nice. Oh yeah, same here. I'm definitely gonna go sit in the balcony when I'm done. I washed my dishes already. Perfect. So I'm not keeping you from anything. The fabric is beautiful. Thank you. I am very excited about how this is coming through. Okay, let's turn this off. And we will do this and this. So the advantage to having just a highlight or just a shadow is that I can erase on this side and I can kind of overlap these lines without taking out too much extra. Okay, let's try that again. Like, I'll show you. When I do like this little bit of the top here, I can overlap that line without taking too much from the other sections because there's nothing there. If I had highlights and shadows, obviously I'd probably ensure that they were on different layers. But this way, I don't have to be as particular. I have some freedom to test things out. Alessandra says, if I was in this era, I would totally wear this and sweat. And Penny says, it would definitely be the look of the ages. Yeah, it's I always wonder with all those extra layers, like it wasn't as hot as it is now, but I still think it was probably pretty hot wearing those outfits. Like, I'm watching Outlander right now and they have all those like layers and fabrics, and like, I'm sure they're breathable, like they're probably not synthetic and all this kind of stuff. Like, I'm sure they weren't as horrendous as I'm picturing, just like wearing all those layers in the heat. Like, there are other factors at play, but oof, I would be pretty sweaty too. Trosho. All right. Did I do this one? Let's do this one like that. All right. Yeah. Okay, so the bottom of her dress, let's just save this and zoom out and then give her a minute. Oh my goodness gracious. So the bottom of the dress is what the rest of her, like her bodice and the ribbons are going to look like. And then I'm going to stain glass his jacket. And then we're going to colorize everything else. And I'm probably going to put down, actually I'll turn on the layer that we had from last week, put that in, and then we will also make the background a little bit darker so that it punches even further back. And then these guys are just gonna have their silhouette with their fancy spotlight on them. Obsessed. I'm loving how this is coming together. Love it. But I think this is a logical breaking point for me right now. I suspect this card will be finished the next time we chat. Couple updates about the live stream. So I will not be streaming next week. I'm going to be away, so I won't be streaming. But I will be back on the 22nd. And surprising news, big Creative Jams news, Miss Penny's going to be joining me. And we are going to do something awesome. We haven't decided yet, but it's going to be awesome. So you are aware, 2 weeks from now. Yep, you heard her. Erin is ditching us. Yes, I'm taking a break. I'm not ditching you guys. I'm coming back with something extra awesome, which is Miss Penny Doodles. So we're going to do something really fun. We haven't decided yet what we're going to do, but it's going to be wicked, and it's going to be us together. It's going to be super fun. So definitely tune in then. In the meantime, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Dan and Antoine. and RB, who's lurking in the back, I suspect. Mafu was here, and the lovely Penny and Alessandra. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I hope you have an excellent week, and I will catch you all in a couple weeks. Thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.